How could you talk about Game of Thrones and not react to this 3-minute clip?
Have you shot your final scenes yet? And are you happy with how things ended? Yeah.
God damn.
You didn't say yes. You didn't say yes.
Best season ever.
Good golly. Dude, you know what? I actually give her so much credit for this. Let's keep it a buck. When you have one of the most beloved characters in television history, and they try and make you into the villain in the last 10 minutes and they ruin the show, they probably took millions of dollars out of her pocket. Her viability as a leading woman fell off a table because of the last season of Game of Thrones. And she probably knew it. So this reaction is so fair.
Yes. You didn't say yes.
Best season ever.
Skyful, thank you so much.
You will.
Without telling us anything, because I know you can't, are you all happy with the way with the outcome of the show? Personally, or just
He looked at Varys and went, "Go on."
I think it's with the show.
The fray. It's a little bit.
That is incredible.
Personally, or just
He's like, "Don't get me fucking fired."
I think it's with the show.
The fray. It's a little bit Avengers Assemble. It's a little bit kind of like.
Well, that was totally what season 7 was all about,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Exactly.
Character development.
Lob it all
Story.
in. But
I really need to shut up.
You're
then.
brave.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
But no, but that's what
Joe's
it felt
not
like.
going to be in Star Wars.
No, but this,
I couldn't let you go without.
So
Wow, that's very cool.
it's interesting. His character doesn't even really exist in the books, as I understand it, or it's like multiple characters. It's interesting because it is okay for season 7 to be Avengers Assemble. It is, as long as the Avengers fight Thanos at the end, right? Can you imagine? Like, let me put it this way: if the last Avengers movie, instead of having a giant square off with Thanos, at the last minute, Iron Man was like, "You know what? Thanos is right. I'm with Thanos. The universe should be in balance." And everybody was like, "What? What are you doing? What are you doing?" And he's like, "Nah, I agree with him. Let's snap some more motherfuckers." They're like, "Tony, what are you saying?" And he's like, "You know what? People who leave their carts out at the grocery store, gone. People that take their shoes and socks off in a plane, gone. Let's cut deep." And everybody's like, "Tony, please stop." And even fucking Thanos is like, "Bro, this is this is weird." And then instead of a fight with Thanos, they fight Iron Man while Thanos gets crushed by a ceiling. That's the last season of Game of Thrones. So it's okay to do Avengers Assemble as long as Avengers fight bad guy.
In Star Wars.
no, but this,
I couldn't let you go without asking you a little question about Game of Thrones.
Sure.
If you could describe the season finale of Game of Thrones in one word, how would you describe it?
Disappointing.
I've never seen that. I have never seen that. I've seen a lot of these clips. I have never seen that one. That's crazy.
Disappointing.
No, epic. I don't know.
Epic.
One of those ones.
Holy shit.
Terrifying down there. We're in a crypt. Nobody thought of that. He's bringing all the dead people back to life, and they put the women and children in a crypt with all the dead people. So,
Yeah, no one thought of that. I thought of that. I noticed it.
Tyrion is smart, but I guess not that smart.
But I hate to tell you that unfortunately Barristan is gone.
Were you gutted about that? On a personal
I was gutted. I was gutted because, I mean, a number of you, I'm sure, have read the books, and I've read the books, and I had reason to expect, oh, I've got a journey here. In fact, if I'm
Yes. Dude, the other character that I cannot believe they left out, I'm just gonna say it, Lady Stoneheart. Lady Stoneheart is so important to the book so that it doesn't become just bad guys versus good guys. Lady Stoneheart is such a good character, and they just fucking, and they did everything to set up for it. And then they were like, nah. Bro, did you read the books? I'm going to keep it a buck. No, I didn't. I didn't technically read them. I listened to them on tape while I drove. So my recall isn't as good as some people, but yeah, I listened to the books.
Honest, I thought, oh, I'm really looking forward to this season. I'm going to have more to do. I'm going to
that counts.
I'm really looking forward to.
Sick.
Did you have words? Did you say anything to them?
I did ask and give an argument why I thought Barristan should stay.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, Dan and David, you know, they'd worked out what they wanted to do.
You know, if you've planned your book that the butler did it, and then you read on the internet, someone has figured out that the butler did it, and you suddenly change in midstream and it was the chambermaid who did it, then you screw up the whole book. Yes. There's foreshadowing early on, and you've got these little clues you planted. Now they're dead ends, and you have to introduce other clues, and you're retconning. It's a mess.
We hope to kind of avoid the expected, and Jon Snow has always been the hero, the one who's been the savior, but...
There he is fighting the Night King. I literally talked about this. And they... So do they admit that they retconned that?
But it just didn't seem right to us for this.
So they admit that they retconned that. I didn't know that.
For this moment.
How do you feel about the way that it ends?
There are no better writers in television than Dan Weiss. And
it was written at that point? Okay, I haven't gotten to that point in the books.
David Benioff. They ended it brilliantly. Better than I could have imagined. And you people are in for it. You are in for it.
A lot of the moments in Game of Thrones wouldn't have come off so flat if they didn't happen blistering fast. I'm talking about like more detail going into like Dany taking longer time to turn, the fight with the Night King happening. Anyway.